Hi everyone, this is your class teacher. Today we are beginning with chapter 4 of Shivaji's childhood. If you have yet not subscribed to my channel, don't forget to click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so that you never miss the video. So first we begin with birth of Shivaji. Now those were very unsettled days because Shah Jahan from north had dispatched a big army to conquer the Deccan. Pune, the principal town of Shahaji Raje's Jagir, was burned to the ground by Adil Shah of Bijapur. Shahaji Raje was in real trouble. He found himself between the devil and the deep sea and was constantly on the run. Jijabai was pregnant, and the great question which worried Shahaji Raje was to find some place where she could remain in safety and peace. Then he remembered the Shivneri Fort and decided to send Jijabai there. So these days were very difficult because Shah Jahan was I had told you in the previous chapter, Shah Jahan, he had dispatched a very big army. Dispatch means he had sent a very big army to conquer the Deccan. He wanted to conquer Deccan. And Pune was the main town of Shahaji Raje's Jagir. And it was burned to ground. It was demolished by Adil Shah of Bijapur. Now Shahaji Raje was in lot of trouble. He found himself between the devil and deep sea and constantly running from one place to another, other place to third. So he was always running. But Jijabai was pregnant here. Now he wanted to keep her somewhere safe so that there is no problem and she can deliver safely. So he remembered that there is Shivneri Fort and then he decided I'll send Jijabai there. Now Shivneri Fort. Shivneri Fort is very strong fort and near its Junar in Pune. It has steep cliffs on four sides, strong fortification, massive doors. So it is very difficult to capture that fort. And it was in charge of Vijay Raj and he was a relative of Bhonsale's. Now he agreed that I will give protection to Jijabai. So what Shahaji Raje did, he left Jijabai there and he marched against the Mughals. Now the very auspicious day of Falgun Vadya Tritiya, that is the year 1551 of Shaka era, that is on 19 February 1630, to the sound of pipes and drums, Nagar Khana Jijabai gave birth to a son of Shivneri Fort. Okay, she gave a birth to a son. Nagar Khana was of Shivneri Fort. In Nagar Khana she gave birth, and all the residents of the fort were very overjoyed. That's why on the 12th day, with appropriate ceremony, the child was named Shivaji. Now, how was Shivaji's childhood? Because Jijabai used to always tell him stories of Rama, Krishna, Bhim, Abhimanyu, and he also told stories of brave saints and great men. Do you remember we learned that in Work of Saints? So all those stories she used to tell Shivaji. And Shivaji also used to listen very carefully. So Shivaji passed the first years of his life in highly unsettled condition. But even in those conditions, Jijabai did not neglect his education. She used to tell him that light the household lamps, and then she used to call Shivaji. And she used to show him all the affection. And then she used to tell him all the great stories of Rama, Krishna, Abhimanyu. On the other occasion, she would recite him the devotional songs of Sant Namdev, Sant Dhyaneshwar, who wrote Dhyaneshwari, do you remember? Or Sant Eknath. Now Shivaji used to listen to all these exploits of brave men, and Shivaji felt that on growing up he should also display, like he should also become like them. I should take the values of these great people. So Jijabai used to tell him stories of many pious persons and saints. That instilled in him a respect and honor for all saints and great men. So all children from poor families also came to play with Shivaji, and Shivaji never discriminated them that they are from poor family. I'm not going to talk to them. I'm not going to play with them. Instead, he actually played with them. He ate food with them. Sometimes he also visited their huts and shared the simple meal of onion and bhakri with great relish. They invented interesting games to pass the time. The children of Maulas were like birds in the forest. They would imitate the sound of cuckoo or parrot or tiger to perfection. Their pastime was building small forts of earth and making earthen elephants and horses. They played hide and seek or played with a ball or top. Shivaji joined them in all these games and became popular with them. So sometimes Shivaji used to go to these poor people's huts and he used to share with them, like he used to eat with them onion and simple bhakri and he used to enjoy. And these people they had invented means they had made some games so that they could pass time. So the children of Mavlas, these Mavlas children were like birds in the forest. So they used to imitate the sound of birds. You know, when the cuckoo makes the sound, we also try to imitate. And it was too perfect because they used to imitate it very well. So their pastime was building small forts of earth and making earthen elephants and horses. So they played hide and seek, they played with ball, and Shivaji also joined them in these games and they become very popular that time. See, Shivaji is playing games with Mavlas, they played hide and seek, the ball, top, and imitate birds and animals. They were very active. Shahaji Raje towards Mughals. So here Shivaji was growing up, he was enjoying his childhood, learning new things, playing with his friends. On the other hand, Shahaji Raje returned to Nizam Shahi, alright, but he did not get any peace of mind there. Nizam Shah himself was a fickle-minded person who readily believed all gossip. Hence many conspiracies and petty rivalries infested the court. This led to the killing of Lukhoji Rao Jadhav openly in the court of instigation of Nizam Shah himself. Shahaji Raje could not withstand this. Infuriated, he left Nizam Shahi and joined the Mughals. Shah Jahan, the Mughal emperor, made him a Sardar at his court. So students, if you see this movie Raja Shivaji, you'll understand this in a deeper version that how, see, Shahaji Rajan returned to Nizam Shahi. He did not get hurt. He was fine. But he did not have peace of mind. Because this Nizam Shah was very cruel person and he used to believe whatever other people are saying, he used to believe immediately. So all these conspiracy means all these fights and all everything, all these gossips and rivalries, it infested the court, which means it brought all the anger together, and this led that Lukhoji Ro Jadhav he died because they killed him, and that too at the instigation of Nizam Shah himself. He killed Lukhoji Rao Jadhav. Now Shahaji Raje could not see this because even Jijabai was very much upset and crying. So he left Nizam Shah and then he joined Mughals. Shahaji Raje served in Nizam Shahi, but there were many conspiracy and Lukhoji Raje Jadhav was killed. In meantime, secretly joining hands with Mughals, Fateh Khan killed Nizam Shah. There was complete anarchy in the state. It became evident that Fateh Khan was treacherously planning to enable the Mughals to swallow Nizam Shahi. In return, the Mughals rewarded him with territory under the control of Shahaji Raje. Shahaji Raje was enraged and so he left the services of the Mughals. He decided to teach him a lesson using all his might. So in the meantime, what happened? Secretly joining hands with Mughals, Fateh Khan killed Nizam Shah. So there was so much chaos in the state, it became very evident. Evident means visible through eyes that Fateh Khan was treacherously planning to enable Mughals to swallow Nizam Shah. Now what Mughals did, they rewarded him with a territory under the control of Shahaji Raje. Now Shahaji Raje was too much enraged. So he left the service of Mughal so that he thought he might teach him a lesson. Now founding of new Nizam Shah. In order to forestall the Mughal emperor and Wazir Fateh Khan, Shahaji Raje found out a child in heir from the Nizam's family and on the fort of Pemgiri near Junnar declared him as a new Nizam Shah. Thus he established an altogether new kingdom which included the territory between the river Godavari and Nira. Shahaji Raje fought vigorously to protect this new state. Initially, Adil Shah was with him in these efforts. So now new Nizam Shah was founded. So in order to forestall, means to hold on to Mughal Emperor and Wazir Fateh Khan, Shahaji Raje found out that there is a heir. Heir means the child of Nizam Shah family. And on Pemgiri fort near Junnar, he told that okay, now he is a new Nizam Shah. That's how he declared that he is a new Nizam Shah, and he declared this established this kingdom between river Godavari and Neera, and they fought very bravely. But later, Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan himself marched south upon Shahaji Raje and threatened Adil Shah. Adil Shah then signed a treaty of friendship with him against Shahaji Raje. Shahaji Raje now began to fight the joint forces of Mughals and Adil Shah using guerrilla tactics. But he could not sustain the war all by himself. In 1636, unwillingly, he signed a treaty of peace with the Mughals. He could not create his own kingdom as the times were not favorable for him. But his daring spirit kindled a confidence among the Marathi people. This proved useful for Shivaji in establishing Swaraj a few years later. So here Shahaji Raje fought the Mughals and Adil Shah using guerrilla tactics, and in 1636 he signed the treaty of peace with Mughals. He could not, however, create his own kingdom, and his efforts inspired Maratha people that they should create their own kingdom. So why I am saying this? Because every fort had their own flag. Adil Shah had their own flag, Nizam Shah had their own flag. But Shahaji Raje did not have the orange flag of his own earlier. So that is what he could not create his own kingdom. Jijabai and Shivaji in Karnataka, after the downfall of Nizam Shah, established by Shahaji Raje, its territory was divided by the Mughals and Adil Shah amongst themselves. Shahaji Raje's Jagir of Pune and Supe laid within Adil Shah's share. He gave it to Shahaji Raje on his behalf. So after fall of Nizam Shah, Shahaji Raje went to Karnataka and Adil Shah gave him Jagir of Bangalore. Now Jijabai and Shivaji later joined him there, but Shahaji Raje made Bangalore his headquarters. Now Shahaji Raje joined the Adil Shah services. Adil Shah assigned to him the task of conquering the territories in distant Karnataka. Far away from Pune, some time after the departure of Shahaji Raje to Karnataka, Jijabai and Shivaji also joined there. Shivaji's childhood in Maharashtra had been very hectic. He and Jijabai had to rush continuously from one fort to another. At that time, young Shivaji used to hear the stories of brave deeds of his father. Jijabai and Shivaji got some peace when they arrived Karnataka. So Shivaji's childhood in Maharashtra, it was very hectic because his father was traveling from one place to another. Constantly there were fights. They did not have their own kingdom. And he and Jijabai had to rush continuously from one fort to another. Now young Shivaji used to hear stories of brave deeds of his father because Jijabai used to tell him. But they were finally at peace when they arrived Karnataka. Now Shahaji Raje defeated many kings in Karnataka. Adil Shah awarded him with Jagir of Bangalore. Shahaji Raje then made his city of Bangalore his headquarters. He lived there with all the trappings of a king and began to summon the court. Notes: fill in the blanks choosing the correct option. Shivaji was born on the Shivneri Fort. Adil Shah assigned the task of conquering the territories in Karnataka to Shahaji Raje. Answer in one sentence. What did Shivaji feel due to Jijabai's teaching? Shivaji felt that when he grew up, he too should take display bravery and valor like the great heroes. What games did Shivaji and the children of the Mavlas play? They built small forts, made earthen elephants and horses, and played hide and seek, ball and top games. Why did Shahaji Raje leave Nizamshahi? Shahaji Raje left Nizamshahi because Lukhoji Rao Jadhav was killed in the court at the instigation of Nizam Shah. Write the answers in 2 or 3 sentences. Whose stories did Jijabai tell Shivaji? Jijabai told Shivaji stories of Rama, Krishna, Bhim, and Abhimanyu. She also narrated stories of brave men, saints, and pious persons such as Sant Namdev, Sant Dhyaneshwar, and Sant Eknath. Why did Shahaji Raje declare the child heir from the Nizam Shah's family as the new Nizam Shah? Shahaji Raje declared a child heir from the Nizam Shah's family as a new Nizam Shah to prevent the Mughals and Wazir Fateh Khan from taking over Nizam Shahi. He established a new Nizam Shahi state and fought to protect it. I hope students have understood this Shivaji's childhood. Next up, we're going to learn more about Shivaji. Until then, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, put down in the comments what videos would you like to see next. Thanks for watching.